And with the 10th overall pick in the 2023 NHL Draft, the St. Louis Blues have gone with center Dalibor Dvorsky of AIK in Sweden. Gil Martin here alongside our prospects expert Hadi Kalakeche, and we're joined right now by Haley Simon of Locked On Blues to break down every angle of this selection. Haley, how excited are you about the addition of Dvorsky to the Blues?
This is awesome, and this is what the Blues needed. When you look at the Blues, you need to look at them in a not long term, but just the next couple season. And Dvorsky has what it takes. And I honestly, I was, telling you before, I did not think that we would get him here in St. Louis. I thought that he would go to the Capitals. So the fact that St. Louis now has Dvorsky is unbelievable.
Hadi, what does he add to the Blues with his skill set?
Yeah, so this pick reminds me a lot of the pick of the Canadians at 5th overall, except this one actually makes sense for the Blues because there's a contending element to the Blues. They're not looking to tank. They're not looking for competitiveness in 5-6 years. They're looking for competitiveness as soon as possible. And Dvorsky's as close as you get to that at 10th overall. A really solid physically, a great playmaker, but even a better goal scorer. I have trouble seeing him compete against top lineup players, top defensemen, that kind of thing. But he's definitely got a second line upside on him. Great shot, great abilities with the puck as well, and actually decent in his own zone as well. That's come a long way in the Swedish second division for him so far with AIK. He's got to switch to a better team coming down the line in Sweden. So that's something that's really kind of something to look forward with Dvorsky, something that'll really kind of round out his game a bit more, make him a more complete and more impactful player. But like I said, this is a second line center in the making. If he becomes anything more, then we're talking about steel territory. But for me, second line center is about the most realistic projection for Dvorsky so far.
And when do you think he comes to North America?
I think it's a matter of 2 years before he's playing in the AHL at most, maybe a year more in Sweden. Then he comes over to the AHL and works his way up. But I don't think it'll be long before he's an NHLer because he's got the build, he's got the mindset, he's got the physicality, the forechecking, and a baseline of defensive skills that really makes him a player who, if he's not scoring, if he's not assisting, he's still contributing to your lineup. And that's what coaches want at the NHL level.
Haley, 3 picks in the first round for the Blues. What's next after adding Dvorsky?
Well, the Blues did what I wanted them to do, and that was to choose a really solid center. Now they need to be smart. I personally would have liked if they traded up in this draft to get like the 13th overall pick, but that didn't happen. So right now, I really want them to focus on potentially getting a defenseman. I'm not sure who will be left. I also like Quentin Musty. He's a left winger that's still up on the board. So I'm happy with that. Oliver Bonk is another one. But I think right now the Blues are in a really good position because they did what I wanted them to do, and that was to not waste any of their draft picks and trade it for a veteran player. So I'm happy about this talent, but hopefully, Doug Armstrong keeps on working his magic.
All right, sounds good. And some happy fans out there in St. Louis. For more on this selection and all the Blues' other moves around the draft and free agency, tune in to Locked On Blues for free on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. It's all part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.